Yeah, well, first of all, the first idea was try to do something about divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Because somehow, from listening to podcasts or reading, something in internet, I was always, finding information like people are saying that there's not enough films about divorce because, like, half of the people are divorcing and there's still not enough films. And really, when I start to think about it, it's actually true. It's not that many of this kind of the films. um so then I start to think about it more and more, because I also got some, I was like separations and my friends, people around me are divorcing or separating, and then of course the war, when it
Right.
started, it of course it shook me a lot. I mean, because Lithuania is very close to Ukraine, to the war zone, and another thing is that we were occupied by Russia for 50 years. So we our reaction was extreme towards this war, and I think it was very unique, and we had very unique reaction, very different than Germans, than the rest of the world. I even think that we have a different, stronger reaction in Poland, because like Poland during Soviet times, it was still a country, like satellite country of Soviet Union, but still there was a country, and we were fully occupied.
Right.
So then when the war started, and there were people like older generation who were believing in this Russian propaganda,
Mm.
and then I noticed that there is some kind of divisions, like separations in society also. And then I found it that this can divorce and the war, it clicks really well, and yeah, then this was like the idea, that I need to do that, that it somehow has this connection of this division in a family and then in a society. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Of course, like every film of mine, and this is also not an exception, is I took the stories from my life, from people I know, from what I read, and again, in the news. So basically, everything is real, or there's no fake plot lines in this film. But like, what is like the closest to me from this character, from director's character, is that I was, before the writing the script, I also was in this kind of a really uh, quite a quite big creative crisis, if to be honest, because during
Mm.
COVID I wasn't able to write at all, and I was trying. I wrote like two treatments. I worked a lot, and everything was rubbish. Had to throw it away, and it was so. This is the thing, and the other thing is that I really love to be in my apartment. I just really enjoy being at home, and that character also, his main goal in the film to go back to the apartment, basically. So, uh, but again, if we talk about Maria's character, the wife, I found her somehow much closer to me. Her story and her drama in a film, I somehow I relate much more to her, and then actually I relate even more to the daughter, who's
Mhm.
observing everything and goes through her very personal hell, and yeah. So yeah, it's like a real story. Myself, I wasn't able to take anybody to my home because there was just not enough space. But
Mm.
like my wife's parents, they took refugees to their home. Usually, the refugees were like it was like mother and the kids.
Mm.
almost no men.
Right.
And it was very common thing. Like there were many people who took refugees to their homes, and also one interesting thing is interesting fact is that the center, like I even don't know how it's called in English. It's like where refugees should come and register, and they can like spend the night there. It was very close to my home actually. So when I was walking a dog, I could see the lines of people with bags and everything because
Mm,
they needed to go there and register, and it was like it was like a sport. School because we have this kind of like a sports school in Lithuania, so they made it to this like refugees center.
refugee, kind of
Yeah.
refugee camp or refugee center. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, so it's very like it was very common, and like after half a year, usually people, some of them went back to Ukraine, and those who stayed, they found some works, jobs, they got salaries, so they were able to to rent themselves places, and yeah, but in the beginning, like it was many people took them to their houses. Well, yeah, this element it came from real life. There were few huge companies which had their branches in Russia, and there were like big scandals because of that. Because there was a huge public pressure
mm,
to to leave those branches to go out of the out of the Russia because you if you are there you really are paying taxes and you're supporting basically the war machine because like
right,
20% or 25% of the budget now in Russia goes to the war. So,
right,
uh, when all those all that noise started, especially for few big companies, what was very interesting is that I was thinking that there will be many people who will leave their jobs because of the protest, like to show their position. But
mm,
I didn't hear anything, if to be honest,
mm,
and it was very interesting because like in the public you could see this like or like in social media everybody was worried and saying that we need to leave, but nobody wanted actually to do that. And so the whole pressure was for the owner of the company, but those people who are working for that company, they were like saying right things publicly, but they didn't do anything. So I found it very hypocritical in a way,
right,
because Lithuania is quite rich country and you can find other jobs if you are good
right,
at your job. So yeah, so again, it's this one of the my most important theme in the film is this uh performative how to say this support, like you perform that you are better, that you perform that you are supporting Ukraine, this activism, yeah, performative activism. So I really wanted to tackle this topic, and because I found it very hypocritical in society. People are very performative, but they weren't doing anything. Yeah. Well, it was very easy for me. There was almost no casting for two leading actors because with Marius Repsys, who played Vytas, I worked, from the time when I was in a film school. So, like, he was in every film of mine. So, I don't know. It's probably our count. If we put together short films, it's our sixth film together. So when I was writing this script, I was imagining him like straight away, and the same was with Zygimante, because I worked with her in my previous film, Runner, and she was leading there, and I think she's an amazing actress, and so basically when I was writing, I was imagining them, and daughter again. I think she made amazing work. Amelijaadomaityte, it's the name of that actress. kid actress, and actually casting wasn't that big. I just tried like 50 kids, which is not that much, and I found her, and that's it. It was like simple process of casting, I was giving the scene, she was reading, and what was really interesting that she was the only one 10-year-old who was reading. She was reading like fluently, because still kids, they sometimes find it's hard for them to read, but for her she was reading better than the grown-ups. So yeah, it was very. She's very smart, and I found her really good, talented, and plus she has some features, facial features, which are really close to Marius, I think, because he has a daughter in real life, and she was also quite similar to this Amelia, so it was quite nice. Yeah, well, it was one of the main thing for me in the film, and it was very, conscious decision, and at the same time, it's not like only performance about the support, because Vitas, he takes part in this protests and this performances because his main goal probably is to become relevant again. He wants to be cool again because he lost his relevance as a film director, so he goes other way. And I think that his main goal is to go back home, actually. and and for Maria, again, it's even, I think her tragedy is like even bigger than Vita's, because she is the one who she thinks that she has those values and everything, and but then everything just falls apart. Her life and image, and what she thinks about herself, just it's not real. She understood that it's not real. Everything is fake. And again, it goes, I think, to the family, which is again fake. They have so many secrets. They don't speak about it. They don't speak about what they want in the marriage properly, like they should speak. And so everything is basically performed. Even a family is a performance. So, yeah. So this was like one of the main themes for me. It's just, it's really great. For me, with my previous film, I never experienced this kind of a success, probably is the right word. And, I'm just happy that it's happening, and I'm really happy that this Oscar, entry from Lithuania happened recently, just like 2 days ago. And, I just can say that we will do our best, what we can do to promote our film. Of course, I understand how all this Academy Award campaign works and how much money you need to do for something to reach something. But still, we are a small country, and we will do our best. That's it. That's the only thing I can say.
No, your film really speaks well that I'm pretty sure the people who actually care, they're gonna invite you in US to promote this film because it's such a wonderful film. So I had a good time talking to
Thank you.
Andrius. Thank you so much for your time. I really
Thank you. Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Have a good day.
Thank you.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Tai sveikinu. 100 milijonų peržiūrų. You're Penna's boss.
Reikia pakalbėti.
Kas čia vyksta?
Tu buvai režisierius, tu buvai wow! O dabar tu kažkokia namų šeimininkė, kurią aš turiu išlaikyti ir kurią turiu mokėti dienpinigius.
Mes su tėčiu skiriatės?
Gyvenk čia, kol susirasi kitą būtą.
Kokį kitą būtą, aš neturiu pinigų.
Palauk truputį. Kelkis.
Ką?
Rusija užpuolė Ukrainą.
Nėra pas mus to karo. Viskas bus gerai. Ar aišku?
Aišku.
Galiu aš pas jūs pagyventi.
Daug mano klasiokų priėmė pabėgėlius.
Geri žmonės.
У вас очень красиво. Didžiausios įmonės bėga iš Rusijos, tai mes turim daryti tą patį.
Pavyzdžiui, Rusija režisieriai gerai gyvena, tu norėtum ten pabandyti.
Kokia Rusija? Karas.
Nekelk balso prie mamos.
Ai, mes priėmėm ukrainiečių šeimą.
Labai gražus ponis.
Nepakanka lėšų.
Jeigu toks žinomas menininkas sudalyvautų, tai mums dėl matomumo būtų super.
Žinomas.
Nu jo.
O tai kas ten vyks, ką ten reikės daryti?
Mama, žiūrėk, tėtį rodo. Geras, ar ne?
Gyvenimas turėjo būti įdomus. O tapo kažkokie.
Mam, nu nepradėk fer.